States has a major issue with drugs. One of the most prominent of those drugs is fentanyl, which has been highly prominent within the United States since 2015. And now we ask, how can we slow the flow of these drugs into our city streets? To do that, I believe we must ask three questions. How these drugs are getting into the United States, why this drug has become so prominent in recent years, and then we can take a look at the possible solutions and measures we can take to slow the flow of fentanyl into the United States. To begin, I'd like to speak about where fentanyl comes from. Many of the raw materials to produce fentanyl come from China, black markets in China. These raw materials are moved to Mexico, where many of the production facilities for fentanyl are there. And according to the Department of Justice, many of these drugs are transported directly over our southern border. As over the last 3 years, security has been very lax and the drugs have been much more easily trafficked through. The next thing I'd like to speak on is why fentanyl has become such a prominent drug within the United States. It is easily infused and mixed with other drugs such as methamphetamine or cocaine, which makes it last a lot longer in production facilities. It is also awful cheap to produce and easily transported due to its small mass and its cheapness. It's 100 times as potent as morphine, which is a very powerful drug painkiller that is used in the medical field. Fentanyl is as well used in the medical field, and it is used at a tenth of the quantity of morphine. And the third point I would like to speak on is the possible solutions we can take to counteract the drug flow of the fentanyl into the United States. Recently, the United States has begun work on slowing the epidemic by entering a pact with China to try to slow the flow of raw materials into the South America and Mexico. I think a very important measure that would be very effective would be to increase the security along the southern border to find and destroy any drug trafficking operations occurring there. I believe direct action in Mexico to try to dismantle many of these facilities that produce fentanyl would be a very effective means of slowing the production and in a sense, the flow into the United States. 107,000 lives were lost in 2021 to drug overdose, many of which were by opioids and synthetic opioids such as fentanyl. This is a major issue, one often ignored by the people of the United States because it's not one that is seen by everyone. The issue of drug overdose affects people every day. 200 lives are lost every day. Now we have examined 3 different points about fentanyl in the United States, where it's come from, and why it's so prominent, and then we have examined solutions. Many people have done as I have done and examined solutions. Now I believe it is time that we need to start acting on these and saving lives. Thank you.